BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hey, and welcome. I am Melikia K, Courtney. Welcome to Sanctuary Experience Metamorphosis 365. I do want to do a sound check. I was having some technical difficulties, so I want to make sure that I am being heard out there. Can you hear me in whatever land you're in? All things Sanctuary, YouTube, the whole nine of that. You can hear me. Okay, systems are a go, so we'll deal with this. Yay! Out the gate, we'll start with some gratitude. I'm grateful to be here with you guys tonight. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm not sure what your day had or brought to you, but I'm hoping that it was happy, something enjoyable at least. And I'd like to say thank you to BLASTMUSIC247 for being my podcast home. It's wonderful to be here with you guys and to enjoy. All of my texts said no today. So I guess we're just going to be on a simple, easy conversation, and that's fine. That's fine, too. The work is in the water. You guys, this is part 3. We're in episode 21 of Has Politics Become a Religion Unto Itself? Well, how about over the last couple of conversations in part 1 and part 2, we pretty much agreed unanimously that it has not only become, it already was, always has been, and that's fine. So today we're kind of bringing a closure to the series, and we're wrapping it up or buttoning it up in a pretty fun way, because as life does life, that doesn't mean that we have to abandon our joy or abandon our happy, abandon our friends, and just lament. This is not the second Lamentations. I don't encourage you to join Lamentations, Easy Almost, Ecclesi Almost, all them. Come on over here and let's play. So today's conversation is really going to be a fun one. We are here just to relax and to be at peace. Yes, things are moving as they are moving, regardless of what you're looking at that has your attention and is bringing you stress or discomfort or sadness. Okay, not saying those things aren't real, not saying that they don't exist. What I am saying is, even though they are very, very real, even though they do very much exist, you still have a choice in the matter. You still get to decide what holds your attention, what pulls you away, what distracts you, what caves in your heart. And then on the other note, what brings you happiness, what stokes your peace, what passion pushes you forward into your relation. Choice is still available. So tonight's going to be a fun conversation about the choices available. What else can you do in all this time where people could run with their heads cut off and be afraid and lose themselves? What else can we do? So we're going to talk about the what else tonight and just have some fun. I do have wonderful guests with me. I've got Sharente Carr, and she'll be giving a wonderful introduction fully of herself, how to get in touch with her and where to find her, as well as our returning guest, Scott Harrell, who was here for part 2 of the conversation and again here for part 3. Looking forward to that, of Harrell Consulting Group. And again, he'll give you a detailed introduction of himself. But before we jump into the conversation, I do want to pause for all of our station announcements and our music, and then we will jump into conversation. In the meantime, I will try and work on some of this tech, and let's see what happens. Hey, Troy. My adult is in the chair. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. I wish you could have, like, this magic wand, wave it. Make it work, Lord. Okay.
I got a lot of people that say they
I don't hear you at all, like at all.
Don't hear me? Okay.
I don't hear you at all.
Then we'll just keep going. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Blast Artist Spotlight is my man Elijah Rosario with Livy. This song is called Best of Me, so let's enjoy.
what's on your mind, tell it like it is. Is there something in your heart wanting part in it? If that's the case, then girl, just say so. Games I ain't tryna play those. Know you protective of your heart. Know you healing from them scars. Well, how about tonight we just put all our worries aside? Take advantage of this moment. Hold me tight, I'm talking close. I've been seeing clearly lately. Ain't no guarantee, just maybe. One thing that I'm certain of, I can't live without your touch, no. Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I'll give you the best of me.
Don't wanna waste no time. You know a good girl's really hard to find. You've been heavy on my mind. Boy talk is cheap, but wait in line. Love the way I move to the baseline, waistline. Bad girl, not only on FaceTime. You know true love really takes time. Can't fall in love if you ain't mine, no. Watch me wind it slow. Watch you lose control. Just wanna let you know, this is how the thing goes. Make him spend 6 figures on the bling. African bad girl deserve to find the things. Private jets, baguettes, and diamond rings. Summertime drop top money ain't a thing like what it seemed like.
Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I'll give you the best of me.
And that was Elijah Rosario with Levy and Best of Me. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to BLASTMUSIC247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you can also go to BLASTMUSIC247.com, register as the unlimited fan, and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast. We're constantly changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, Melikia, back to you.
Thank you, Troy. I really appreciate having a grown up in the background, y'all. Push the button, do the thing, because sometimes. On the note, I am going to introduce my guests one by one, and when they come up, they're going to share some wonderful things about themselves. So get your pen and paper together if you're taking notes. Welcome to SXP MetaMorphosis 365. Oh my God, I love your background. Ah, hi.
Hey, how are you doing today, my friend? Oh, my Lanta, yes. In the name, yes. I love wins.
Yo, amaze balls. So please do introduce your beautiful self and your good vibes, and do let folks know how to get in contact with you and what's important to you.
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Sharente Carr. I am a lot of things, but what I can say is I am here to spread loving light to other people to ignite their divine spark so that they can live their best lives in the today and not in the future. So where am I at? You can actually go to SharenteCarr.com. I make it easy. Okay, if you want to check out my stuff, I am an influencer now on YouTube and other platforms, and it's all fun and games, but also I teach everything that I am learning, because I believe if you teach one, then the world becomes slowly a better place, because we all are finding more peace. So that's a little bit about me.
And I appreciate you, and I have the pleasure of loving you in real life. So I'll get to poke and dig and ask some fun questions as we get into it, but let's go ahead and get conversation moving with Scott, adding him to the stage. And then a little bit later, we do have Sunshine Cromwell of Shine Vibrations, also BLAST247 family, joining us to have this conversation. Hey, Scott Harrell, how are you? Same questions, please introduce yourself. And yes, the folks know you from last week, but still, where they can find you and interact, and go for it.
Well, thank you so much for having me back. And hey, Sharente, I'm still blaming your left ponytail. My name is Scott Harrell, owner and founder of Harrell Consulting Group, a business consulting firm specializing in taking care of the business that gets in the way of doing your business, such as business funding. We take care of funding startups, expansions, bringing product to market, and asset acquisition. Harrell Consulting Group endeavors to be the bridge to your business tomorrow. Feel free to look us up at harrellconsultinggroup.com. And I'm looking forward to the conversation tonight.
Cool. So literally, you two are folks I get to play with, and we've played virtually too. The goof off games, the conversations, the mindset, the whole nine of it. So I thought it would be fun to kind of get together and really just be. Because I do find that with the things that we're dealing with in the world, all this stress that is offered, whether it's TV, radio, whatever, all this news stuff, we've got so many opportunities to freak out, to run, and then even with work, to hurry. I wanted to slow down tonight and have some fun conversation, and I wanted to have it with y'all. So, hey friends, like for real, I'm very excited to goof off. So let's jump into the conversation. One, your makeup is so beautiful. I'm so enjoying your makeup.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He is so beautiful. Like, it's just so stunning, like so illuminescent that like it's like Jesus. I can't look too long. I can't look too long now.
His long flowing locks. It's
so beautiful. Yes, the hair flips.
Hilarious. I'm enjoying your colors. So why is it important to have those vibrant colors? I see the colors around you and in the sky, so to speak, and your ceiling and your stars in the background, and then your beautiful color in your hair. Why is that important to you?
So for me, every color holds a specific energy about it. And yellow, it makes me so happy, but it also is tied into our solar plexus. So thinking about our chakras, thinking about how our ways I can integrate it, and knowing that I love the color black, but also black is an amalgamation of everything mixed together into one thing, which is why it's so awesome. But when you're trying to elevate certain parts of your life, it is good to use colors by wearing them, as well as being surrounded by them, as well as eating certain type of foods, actually the rainbow, not just brown foods and processed foods, stuff like that. All of these things like matter to your overall well-being. So for me, I surround myself with color, because if not, I will live a very dreary life. My room, it used to be teal and purple. I know you're like, well, it looks like it's white. No, it used to be a color, man, and with the Winnie the Pooh wrapped around. But I was like, this is too much color, because I want to bring in color the way I want to bring in color, not just the walls that had color. So that's a little bit about that.
Okay, I'm enjoying the color. And I love I love why it's important to you, and that you clearly had to have taken time to understand the chakras and understand the energy, to understand which colors to pull out. And I don't even know if folks get that. Like, because I did find myself, I like black. I like wearing black. I look good in black. Okay, fine. However, I am aware, because my grandmother made me aware when I was a kid, like, to come up out of all of that black, okay? And put some colors on. And even at the beginning of the year, my mother was like, you need to add pink to your wardrobe this year. So I was like, pink? No, I like the color pink to color with it and such like that. But to wear it, my guy, I wasn't doing that. So next thing I know, wardrobe is looking wonderful, and I actually am enjoying that heart energy. I really am. So it's kind of fun for me. What fun are you having? What's your colors in your wardrobe, or is that even important to you, Scott?
In a different way, that, I won't necessarily say the wardrobe per se. I pretty much feel like, when I get out the bed, I look good, and the world just stop and stare kind of thing. I don't think I have to go too deep into the closet to
Thank you, Beyonce.
get the award for the day. I woke up. But when it comes to the colors, one of the things I love to say is every day we're graced with a personal art gallery from God.
Okay.
And when you go outside and you see the rich, crisp blues of the sky, the yellows of the sun, or the green dancing back and forth of the leaves, I'm taken because summer has fully left the chat here in New Jersey, and the leaves are starting to turn. And you're getting the fiery reds, the golds, the browns that are starting to come in, and they have a life of their own. And when I take my dog for a walk, and there's this park near where I'm at, I sit on this bench, and I take the time just to take it all in. And it's almost hard to describe, but you ever let it speak to you? You ever let the breeze sing to you? And you ever watch the clouds fly by and let it really interact? It's not just taking a glimpse, but becoming part of it. Mm-hmm. And when you become part of, you can't help but be beyond wherever you're at in your mind. It pulls you out of that. Today, my brain was wandering in different places, and I was doing my best to herd that sheep back to greener pasture. But I was like, not there, over there, not over there. But when I took my moments, whether or not it was sitting amongst nature and taking it all in, or music does a lot for me. It really helped to take me beyond where my mind sometimes wants to rest. Sometimes you need that nudge.
So for those who are tracking, y'all done get tip after tip after tip of where to put your mind, in your chakras, in your colors, in nature, in music, all places that you can safely be to elevate, and to enjoy that higher energy that does not include the stupid or the stress or the demands. Run. Okay, great. I swear sometimes it feels like you're gonna outrun it. Like the news is chasing you. Watch me, read me, watch me again. Watch me say it out of this mouth. Watch me say it out of that mouth. And I'm like, nah, get away from me. Get away from me. It's chasing. So I'm enjoying hearing what you guys do when you get your escape routes on. Y'all, my escape route is water. Water is very important to me. Not just soap and water, okay? Because that's very important too. For those who don't imbibe, I invite you to participate. Somebody involved deodorant. Hallelujah. That's some good stuff right there. Put some of that on. Do me a favor. Okay, great. Especially if you're going to meet with me. Please have some of that on. Do that for me. Okay, great. But big bodies of water are amazeballs for me. I got to go to Madeira Beach in Florida. And when I tell you, first of all, we were snooping because we have an event coming up this weekend, our sanctuary experience for the women, 3 days of absolute wonderful. And we got to go check out the beach prior. When I tell you that water was abusive, that water was like, it was, I went to bend over, pick something up, and it smacked me in the butt, face plant. So, fall down. It was like that. And Jamie was there too. So Jamie she had these beautiful glasses. Guess who got them glasses now? Oceana and Ariel straight jacked her for her gorgeous glasses. Just gone. And we didn't see them no more. Like she got smacked into the water and them glasses got sucked underneath. Oh, they're gone. And we did the swishy around to try to look for them. No. The dolphins got them and they off blinging out. So yeah, that occurred. But for me, it's so amazing to get into that water, like regardless of all the things that are coming and grabbing, like it feels like little pinchers and hangers, sandbagging if you play spades, right? That kind of thing, just the sandbags and dragging. But when I get to the water, it just washes off. It's like the water is big enough and vast enough to hold and consume and remove all of the things that are burdening me. The world goes away. Now, this last trip, I had folks with me, so the world didn't exactly go away. There was conversations, and there was needs to be met, so I was still in my purpose, and I was kind of working a little bit there. Okay, great. However, I was like sliding off to the side a little bit for a minute for some quiet, just a little bit of quiet, and I enjoyed it. But I love the conversation. I enjoyed the girl time and the sisterhood that we had that day. So that is what's important to me. That is how I get past a lot of the, like when I run from the news and from the cycles and from all that stuff and from all the need me and I want you stressed as I am and I want you afraid as I am. Come be afraid with me. Hell no, I don't want to come be afraid with you. I don't want the sky falling every 5 seconds. I don't want to know. Not every second of my day, not every day of my life. Why? Because if I take time to give attention and energy to that, I'm missing out on my peace. I'm missing out on my happiness. So that's kind of how I feel about that. And that's how I would answer the question that I asked y'all. And now we're diving into childhood. What childhood games did y'all play? What was your favorite?
I Spy with my little eye something tan.
Ooh, let's see. Is it the butterfly?
I'm guessing the curtain behind me.
Yep, Scott got it. Ding, ding, ding.
I love that game. Did you do the books or just straight out as you move around?
As we were moving around, like traveling and stuff like that, it was like I Spy, and that was a lot of fun. Also, the different games that we would play, like Egyptian War, Smack Jacks. I despise that game with 1,000 suns. Worth the fact that my hands,
I don't know neither one of them. Explain those games. Egyptian Sun and Smack Jack.
Egyptian War. Okay, do you know how to play the regular war game with the playing cards and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, when you got to a face card, the face card had a numerical value in which you would have to get another face card in order to win that round. Oh. So if you had an ace, you had 4 tries. If you had a jack, you only had 1 try. And you could also have it where you can smack doubles. I hated the smacking of doubles because my sister wore rings and so did I, but she wore more rings, so it hurt way more. To the point where we had to say, you know what? We can't do this ring life no more if we're playing this game because you play unfair.
Wait, you smacking each other's hands?
When it was like doubles, like a double jack, a double 7, a double number, like 1 and 2. Smack it. And then there was the Smack Jack game where you just have throwing out the cards until you get to jacks and then you smack it as hard as you could.
You smack it. Define the it that was being smacked.
The card and or the person to get your hand underneath the card.
What kind of game? That's a war game for real. Like, nah, I have brothers. I ain't play a game.
I had sisters. That's the wildest part.
They ain't beat no me. I said no to that. What about you, Scott? What games did you play in your childhood? And don't that sound abusive right quick?
It does sound
Hey, I also played handball, okay, and kickball, okay, and football. I played all those games in Uno and tag.
Uno for me.
Hungry Hippos, all of them.
Oh yeah, brother. And Hungry Hippos was my, and sorry, but I'll get to that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I grew up on Uno. I grew up on Monopoly. You know, I think that's where my business mogul ambitions became. You know, okay, sure, yeah, you landed on my boardwalk. Let's see what deals we can make. Yeah, but also in line with some things that Sharente was saying. You know, I remember going with some of the kids to the empty lot a block away where we were told not to play. And doing dirt bomb wars. Because, you know, there were trenches in there, and, you know, I mean, we're throwing dirt bombs, and it was, to us, it was cool because you see this come up, so it looked like, dirt bomb wars until somebody got hit with a rock and all right, and everybody ran home. Don't say nothing. Put your eye back.
Stop crying. Put your eye back.
Water gun. I remember Super Soaker came out. Oh my God, that was a phase of life. I remember my best friend and I had a plan where we thought we were going to try and create a flamethrower one day, but that's a whole different story for another time that I won't confess to. And I loved
We're not gonna slide over that.
Huh? What? Huh? What?
You cannot plead the fifth. This is not this type of thing. This is the open web. So, sir.
Wow.
So
allegedly. We'll come back to that offline because I'm curious. Go ahead.
I loved riding my bike and going on long bike rides. I loved my Matchbox cars. I had a ton of them and Transformers. And one of the things that, looking back on all my toys, what happened more often than not, any toy I had, I played with it different than it was intended. Whatever toy it was, if it was an airplane, it became a spaceship. If it was a spaceship, it became a boat. If it was a boat, I loved being that much more creative with it. I was pretending my Matchbox cars transformed before I had Transformers. So those kinds
transformed into what?
I mean, they couldn't transform into much. They were Matchbox.
In your mind, they were. What were you transforming them into?
Robots, spaceships. I loved space. Loved space. There were so many things that became spaceships, and I hope to be an astronaut one day. I'm still young. I got time.
You do have time. I agree. I see a beautiful human has joined us. So I'm going to invite my sunshine Cromwell to the stage. Hello, beautiful human. Wait, there she goes. Say, where'd she go?
Hello, darlings.
What's going on, darling?
Finally getting my life back together.
We're here goofing off. We're on straight shenanigans right now. And we were answering the question, what was the most fun games that we were playing in our childhood? So introduce yourself. Real good. Tell the people where to find you and your podcast, and then go ahead and tell us about what mischief and dirt were you getting into, because Scott was playing dirt ball games and hitting people with rocks and causing them to lose eyes and carrying on, and Sharente smacking people.
Allegedly.
I was playing with, let me tell myself too, I played Punch Buggy, so I was punching folks all in they not breasts yet. And then, trust, we played Punch Buggy, and we were absent of the boobs. We were childrens. We was punching where they would be, right? Would be pain. And then I played with the dirt rocks. I remember beating somebody with a rock. I know, y'all. Didn't know it was a rock in there. And I got in the troubles. Because one, my mother did not play that. I was a girl. I was not supposed to be playing in the dirt. But please even trust me. I don't know what it was about the dirt. He used to call me to come play in it. I ain't like it other than that. Other than that part, I didn't want to touch it. I don't like dirt. I don't like filth. But when it came time to throw it at somebody, I don't know what. It's just like, yes, let's do that. Okay, great. So I ain't shooting. I'm teasing.
I am Sunshine from Shine Vibrations. My podcast is also on BLASTMUSIC247 Friday nights at 7 p.m. I have been on a little bit of a hiatus because life be life and health be healthy and work be working. So all of it just all came to a crash, gave me a nice reset, and we will be back on this Friday, which is dope because it's one of my classmates that I used to run and play in the dirt with and graduated with. So it is so funny that that's the question, and that's literally who my guest is this Friday. But y'all already know I was a tomboy.
Yes.
So whatever Scott was doing, I was doing it too.
Is that right?
Like Punch Buggy, no comeback. but I was knocking heads off. Wasn't nobody catching me. Yeah, I actually bust somebody in the mouth with a rock one time. And it wasn't just a particular rock. You know, when the driveways used to get paved back in the day, and how
she bust him to the pavement. What?
Towards the end, sometimes chunks start coming out.
Yes.
So yeah, but she shouldn't have been messing with me. Everybody
So that wasn't no accident, ma'am.
Same exact way, but when it came to me, she wanted to be extra. She wanted to do extra. So when it was my turn, I'm a Taurus. Come on.
That's a lesson she still sees here.
Wait, that's a lesson in what?
That's a lesson
That's a lesson she still sees in the mirror to this day, I'm sure.
Because when I tell you, I've always had larger hands. So, like, my nana even said, how in the hell did you throw that thing? But
like
I just happened to look down, and it was just there for me. I scooped it up.
She said for me. The Lord did that for me. No, the Lord did not.
Look, like the commercial, just for me.
Leave me alone. Oh, so you got a question then?
Before I know it, talk about your fronts, top and bottom lip, 2 times.
Did you catch the pow pow?
I mean, not really. But I had to hear a whole lot.
Okay. Oh my God. Pow pow me. I don't even want to hear all
that girl. And I said, I got aim. I was busting for exactly where it hit her. Here, and here. And when it bounced up, she got like a little line right there. Yeah, so she had the double booty here and here.
I'm not laughing. But I am. That's not nice. You grounded as an adult for that.
And the tooth was chipped badly.
See, you grounded as an adult for that. She needed her teeth.
I mean,
so you won't punish me.
I mean, whatever. But she didn't mess with me no more.
I bet she did. I bet she was like, that one right there is the one.
I didn't like it. You know, like I tell people, I've always been a big girl. I was the fat one for a long time before I became.
Were you fat for real?
Like, chunky.
Stop
around that age, like I ain't talking about. This was before 10. This happened. I was a little fat one.
Oh, so you was working on your domestic?
Yeah, you're not gonna keep messing with me. But it was, you know how always extra when it was my turn. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I guess she learned her lesson after that wonderful pass-through moment. So the conversation tonight was what can we do instead? Like the topic is, has politics become a religion unto itself? We established in part 1 and 2 that pretty much, it has. And not so much the becoming, it always was. It always was. So instead of participating in the cycles of depression and anger and fear, what else can we do? And we're in here just having a good conversation and enjoying our life. That's the whole point of tonight's conversation. Nothing heavy, just some fun, some getting to know each other better. What mission we got into as kids and the things that made us laugh. And I'm moving on to the next question. So I am a super huge fan of comedians. Like I love me a good comedy show.
Stop getting in my conversation.
Yo, over your shoulder. I'm over your shoulder. Oh, is that right?
Just yesterday.
So this is what I'm on. Who is your favorite comedian? And have you gotten to see them in person, or is it somebody you aspire to see in person? And mic is up. Whoever grab it.
All right, ladies first, y'all.
I'll make this quick.
Go ahead, Sharissa.
So for me, Cat Williams is the GOAT, will always be the GOAT forever and ever and ever and ever. I did get to see him in person at the appearance that I was at. They were recording one of his specials. And the funniest thing, the day that he chose to actually put on there wasn't the day that the guy that looked like him with the full pimp outfit and the cane and the woman came. And me and my husband were like, that is not Cat. There's no way that is Cat, but that really looks like him. We really do, but we know it ain't him. But that was a really funny time. I can also say Trevor Noah is also another one of my top comedians. I have not gotten to see him, but I have sent my parents to see him, and that's a win. So those are, I'll say, my two, because a couple of other ones, things have come into light that have made me question why I made them on a pedestal. I'll just say that.
So what's your favorite Trevor Noah joke?
Trevor Noah joke was the snake joke, when they're like, oh, don't be scared of the snake. Don't be scared of the snake. And the snake was chasing. Sorry. Oh my
and the
God.
man, he's left his son.
Yes.
It's okay. Nah, it's okay. Okay. Shine, who's your favorite comedian and what's your favorite joke from him?
Goodness gracious, you know how hard that is?
Yes, I do, because I like comedy.
Dang, because I really feel like Bernie Mac was my uncle.
Oh, for real.
I really feel like Miss Laura was one of my aunties. Look at Scott's eyes. I guess because I love them all. Okay. All of the queens of comedy, all of them. Being from Jersey, being close and tied to Roselle, Bob Sumner is part of the family. Our families are connected. So he had a lot to do with Def Jam and a lot to do with everything, music and comedy. So when they would have the different clubs in Jersey where they would come perform, they would go there first before going on to Caroline's and on to Def Jam. So I've had the opportunity to meet so many of them just because of that type of connection. So that's why I'm like, it is so hard. But I will say I did see Cat Williams. What was it? The World Tour thing?
Yeah, World War III or World War something.
He had Mark Curry on there. He brought him out and he was hilarious.
Mark Curry is funny.
Like everybody, I can't remember this sister's name, that she was the only female, but she was funny. Like I followed her just because of her show. But I would have to say maybe because I haven't seen her in person. Okay. Because I did meet Monique. And it's so funny, in her last stand-up, she talked about how her teacher called her Monica and how I've been called Monique my whole life.
Mercy.
But me and my aunt competed in her pageant.
Okay.
So that's how I got to meet her in person. But I would have to
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I would have to say Thea Vidal.
Who?
Thea Vidal.
Thea Vidal.
She used to have the show with Brandy. It was Brandy and the two little boys. I can't remember the name of the show, but she used to, when the kids used to get out of hand, and she would read them the riot act, and then she would always end whoever she told off. See you to the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? So that always stuck in my head. I say it to them. So I
random stuff we say to our kids because of TV and the new comedians. That's what's up.
But yeah, I would say it would be her though. But yeah, but like I said, that's all I do because of the reason why your show is what it is today. It's so much that I have grown through.
Yes.
It is so much that I have experienced. It is so much that I have taken in, that I've poured out, that I don't want to deal with all of that. I control my environment. So I come home, I go to one of those streaming apps. Let's see what new stand-up they got. Let's see what funny comedy I can find.
That's it.
Let's do an action comedy. Those are my go-tos first. And if it's nothing really popping, then I go to the classic ones that they have up there. Because
that's it.
You bound to laugh.
What about you, Scott?
So comedy for me takes me way back because, my father and I, now I'm gonna mention a few things and date myself. Okay. Hopefully somebody's gonna yay and amen with me. But my father and I got into this habit where we would go to Blockbuster Video.
Blockbuster.
Back in the day.
Remember the little plastic card?
Mm-hmm. And rent stand-up comedy like Rascals Comedy Hour or something and watch it during the weekend together. Or when we got cable, do the same. And we had I remember not Live Aid, it was Comic Relief. And we had a love for comedy. That's one of the few places that my father and I bonded. He had a love, I say, for Bill Cosby himself stand-up room.
Oh, hilarious.
I brought you into this world, I'll take you out, the whole thing. He and I had that.
Oh my God.
Okay. For me, my favorite comedian, I would say my top two. My second one would be Trevor Noah, hands down, and I got the high privilege and surprise gift to be able to see Trevor Noah, and I am absolutely head over heels with who gave me that. And my number one comedian is Dave Chappelle, and the reason why, now I haven't seen him in person yet, but I'm declaring today I will. But the reason why I love both of those comedians out of anybody else, they're so interesting to listen to. You literally feel educated by the time you leave, and yet still your sides are busting, just from laughter. You feel like it's a whole intellectual journey of what they're saying, and then they'll hit a line and it's like, oh my God, I'm dead. And my favorite Dave Chappelle joke, and I could watch this one again and again and again, I swear. But when he just casually mentions, "Oh, you know who y'all know who I'm talking about? You say smoothie."
I'm screaming. When I heard that, it was Juicy Sommelier. Nice French gentleman. I was screaming. Yes, that nice French gentleman.
This man is about to get so professionally dragged by Dave.
Yo,
Juicy Sommelier. Okay.
I was walking around home saying, Smother.
It's so messy, but that thing had me hollering, and I'm a super fan. So Scott and I have the same type too. I am an over fan of Dave Chappelle. My brothers and I bonded over Dave Chappelle. Like that was our thing, their thing, and I was invited into that thing because I hadn't even heard of Dave Chappelle. Then he had the Chappelle Show, and I was like, okay, maybe I had heard of him from some movies or something. But sitting down to watch the Chappelle Show, screaming, I would make sure I go to the bathroom because it was that bad. It was that bad. It was that bad. And I remember this one time, I laughed so hard I peed. I was like, no, this is not going to happen twice. So I knew to go to the bathroom before I started watching Dave Chappelle. Yes, I just straight up confessed to a little bit of oopsing because he made me laugh so damn hard. I was like, you are rude. You are rude, sir. If you ever hear this, you are rude. Definitely my favorite, hands down, out of all. And I have a wide love for many, many, many comedians. Cat Williams keep me crying. He funny. And he be snitching. I'm like, woo. And he I just be sitting there like, woo. I hope he's still alive a long time because he's just telling everything. Okay, great. But I loved him. Bernie Mac, his Summer, I still say that to this day. Some be coming out my mouth. Yes. Eddie Murphy, his Raw with the red pants. Listen, Eddie Murphy is hilarious. And when we talk about like comedians and comedian actors, I love his movies. Oh yeah. Oh my God, he's got so many wonderful movies. And there's so many comedians. I got to see Wanda Sykes the other day. I was listening to her Netflix special, I think it was. So I enjoy her. I enjoyed Monique. I enjoyed some more. Listen.
She got a mouth on her.
She got a mouth on her, and she is fine. So I enjoy listening to many comedians. And I gotta say, like, one out of the newer ones, that Matt Rife, I was like, yeah. And the smack he was talking about them old ladies that he like. I say, hey, little boy, I ain't got no PS5, but we might have to talk.
Yeah.
But he is a cutie.
He was awesome on Wild 'N Out. That's where I first
You
saw
seen him
him.
Wild 'N Out?
Yes,
Yep.
was.
How he started.
So
Yep.
maybe I seen him there and didn't connect the
He used to
dots
wear
there.
the super white boy cut that had the like how he got the flip in the front.
Mm.
It was like real super low.
I should just go back and do some
But he
research.
also looks extremely young too. Like he totally like almost looked like he kind of aged backwards in his face, but his body got older.
Aw.
To me now, he looks like a baby in the face more than he did on Wild 'N Out.
You know who I like to go back and look at every so often?
Who?
Richard Pryor.
Funny.
Oh my God.
Gene Welter, is it?
Gene
Yes,
Wilder.
Richard Pryor's amazing.
Oh yeah, and
Rob.
you don't say Richard Pryor.
And who's
Nava?
Who else got?
Robin Williams.
Yes.
Red Fox.
Red Fox was great.
Red Fox was just an irreverent soul. He's thing at any given moment.
And
tell the truth.
You know that him and Della Reese were really best friends in real life. That's why when they played the movies together, it flowed so because they really talked to each other like that.
I loved her too, and I actually got to hear her story and her testimony, y'all. If you have never, like, if you don't know her story and her testimony, it is like get your tissues ready. Get your tissues ready, because I was just like, oh my God. And I love it, and we can transition into that. I love hearing people share their stories, like it, because you never know. Like they keep us laughing, right? They help make sense of a lot of things. A lot of especially Dave Chappelle, and I think that's why I love him so much. He is not afraid to make the damn joke. All these people with their pencils and their peckers, and I must cancel you for this and cancel you for that. Sit your ass over there and knock it off. Step one. But beyond that, we have to learn to laugh. And he didn't laugh at anybody before he laughed at himself. That I respected, right? He sacrificed self. Like there was nothing off limits when it came to the jokes, and he tackled politics. Yep. So I really and not just for the joke's sake, but for the thought's sake. Like I felt like he took a responsibility in the matter. Right. So I really value that. And there's a few other comedians that come to face. I can't think of their names right now, but I am a fan of Jimmy Fallon. I'm a Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. So hilarious. He makes me laugh hard and bad. And there's I love comedy. So there's so many, like you said, Sean, there's so many, but I really did value him for that. And what I would say is hearing their stories behind the laugh. You know what I mean? And I think it was actually a documentary or something like that, Behind the Laughs. And you get to see how much pain our favorite comedians were actually in. And even in their pain, and let's lay it on top of what we were talking about, even in their politics, even in their temples, even in their churches, even in their news cycles, they still brought the funny. They still found a way to laugh. So I'm going to hit y'all with the final question. And here go the question of the week. When you come to the close of your days and your people talk about you and they get to the point of the laughs you gave them, what are they going to say?
I think I know.
Okay.
I think I know. She was a ray of sunshine, and all the things that she made me laugh at, I'm going to continue to laugh at. All the music that we jammed out to, we're still going to be able to jam out to that music, knowing that she's still with me, even though she's not here anymore, because I remember the goodness, and I remember the good times, and I remember the way she celebrated me, even though I was having a tough time. And she was always there when I was able to call her, but she knew how to enforce boundaries in a way that I was able to receive love. That is who Sharente is. That's who Sharente will always be. And that's how people already see me, or they call me an angel. I'm still trying to figure that one out, but that's what they call me. And I receive it, but still questioning, question mark. And so, yeah, that's what I would say that I would think that they would say about me, just based off the feedback that I have received and trying to truly receive it from being at a place where I feel unworthy and people pleasing to now I'm at the place in space where no, I take care of everybody, but they also realize I have had super tough times and I am super transparent about it. That if I left today, God forbid, okay, just making sure. Okay, cool.
Stay.
Cool. I was like, God forbid. But if I would have left today, there's so much laughter, there's so much love that's what I would have left here. Because that's what I want my legacy to be about, is how deeply I loved myself and others to the point where they were truly able to feel what love is.
Facts. Blue check verified, green check verified. Go ahead.
Well,
Go on now, Sunshine.
The first thing I would say is they would say that I'm present. I was always present.
Okay.
And but you were literally in the house. I kid you not. You was already in the house. Because after me and Bro talked about the whole comedy, and like even I said the same thing. I always got interested in the story. I said that's why I was just sitting here like, this is literally what me and Bro was talking about the other day.
That's wild business.
And it segued into talking about my best friend, whose birthday is also Sunday. And he had lost his mother right before his birthday 3 years ago. And so how I got the news wasn't too great because, you know, they was like, did you hear about? And I'm like, what do you mean? Immediately I'm thinking him, something happened to him. And they're like, no, his mom. So I called and he was like, yeah, you know, she's gone. Went home, went for the funeral, did everything. I said, listen, we got a beach party house down in Myrtle Beach. I'm sending for you to come down so that you could be with us to get your mind right, because I know being up here ain't going to be good for you. At that moment, you know, liable to let emotions take over and do something not so smart and then regret later. And I felt the energy. So he got cool with one of my comedian friends, Petty, and they was talking. And they supposed to get to know each other, and I later found out that they were talking about me. And Petty was like, yo, Shine, you are definitely the same person that you say you are. And you are definitely the same person from where you're from. You don't change up just because you cross state lines. He said your peoples was like, we was watching you, and you know, like how everybody is going back and forth. But he was like, yo, Shine brought me here so that I can get right. But here it is, I'm feeling messed up about myself losing my mother, but look at her. She done has so many losses after losses, like heavy losses. And Petty was like, yeah, I know. I remember. And he was like, no, I was there with her every step of the way through all of those. Like, our mothers was friends back in the day.
Okay.
So we've been friends since diapers. I'm just a couple of months.
Diapers, baby. Let's go.
Diapers. So it was like, yo, she's strong as hell, but people don't know she is just as strong as she is. She's just as, like, not weak, but he was just like, she has an extreme feminine side.
Yeah.
But if she don't trust you, you will never see it. But she will always be present with you regardless of what she's dealing with. Because it's always somebody has to be the one in the midst of the chaos that can see and read the room.
Right.
And that was always me. So
that's what's up.
So they stick this, you know, that's another reason why they call me Sunshine. So, you know.
Hey, I love that. How about you, sir, patient? First of all, let me acknowledge, I appreciate your heart and your willingness to allow the women to speak first. It's so wonderful. It's so kind and generous of you.
But I be
so
thank you.
Thanks, God.
Go ahead, sir.
No. Thank you all. And it's you know, it's a privilege to be a gentleman amongst women and ladies, you know. So what I was
go ahead.
what I will say is, when that day finally does arrive, that I am laid out in front for all to see. And the weeping is deep and heavy, and the choir is tuning up, and the speakers are preparing to come. Emotions are heavy, and I mean, the overflow room has overflowed.
My Lord.
I want you to know my heart is such that I will have prepared a gift for each soul that comes in advance to carry them through this time, because everyone needs their own emotional support sock.
Fascinating. She said, "Fuck you say." Okay.
You're like, no, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Is it one of those
Praise the
talking
Lord.
socks?
Oh
Yeah,
my
they
God.
talk all right. They talk and there's a lot of catching.
You need the help the Lord provides, sir. Why?
There's a certain joy there's a joy I get making people smile, making people laugh. I know I have a very deadpan, dry delivery, and just I can suck people into believing anything I'm saying just by the way I'm talking about it. I could tell you, that New York has fallen off the face of the earth, and just say it so seriously. Be like, okay, so we're missing that state now. But I take pleasure at bare minimum sharing a smile, sharing a laugh with somebody, because if you can do nothing else, you can do that, And I know the feeling of what it is to wish that at least I could have, someone would offer that, or, to be in those moments in dark places where it's like, damn, could I get the world to just pause for a second, So for me, I hope one of the things that I am remembered about is if I did nothing else for you, I made you laugh at some point when you needed it. I try to be there for everybody the best I can, but I don't always know what's going on, but I know a laugh never comes bad. An unscheduled laugh is never refused.
That's right.
Except for that one time he made that joke when I was drinking water and choked on it.
Well, now it's your fault for drinking water in Scott's presence.
You ain't never lied.
I walk around with like a disclaimer. It's tattooed across the lower portion of the back. If you didn't read it, that's not my problem. But I do take that pleasure in sharing laughter with people when I can, and doing it and for me, doing it in a way that it kind of burrows in there a little bit deeper and loosens things up, because a lot of people are guarded. A lot of people are this, if you listen to me talk sometimes, like I was doing before, people are like, what the hell is he on? And then when we finally get there, it's like, all right, we're all gonna laugh now because we know he's not well. So
I appreciate you
from Roselle.
Go ahead. No, say.
That's what happens when you're from Roselle, right, Sunshine?
Special moments in America brought to you by these wonderful humans. Viewing audience, I get to do life with amazing people. I'm kind of grateful. So what I know will be talked about, should my family be around to witness that moment. There was this one time at band camp. We were all in my mama's room, and there was a fly. And this freaking fly was doing what flies do, being annoying as ever. And it kept getting on the TV. Now, I was a kid, and it didn't overly register that you can't smack the TV that hard to kill the fly and knock the TV off on the floor and break it a little bit. A little bit. So I know they're gonna talk about that. And then there's this other one, and this is stellar. I was coming to my mama's room one time. I'm heading up the hallway, heading for my mama's room, and I heard somebody yell, "Get the doorbell, dummy!" And I was like, "That's kind of mean, but I'm gonna get the door." So I went to open the door. They were yelling at the TV. So yeah, these things will be talked about. Then there's the one time I went out with certain people and we had a good time. We had an Ashley time, and for those who know Ashley, we had an Ashley time, okay? And I came back. And I had to go to the bathroom so bad, y'all. I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and I was doing the knee walk. You know how you do the two-step and the knee walk, and your knees together, and you're working it out real hard. And I had to make it up the gangway, and I was making it up the gangway, and I got to the gate, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get through this gate," but the gate was giving it a hard time. Yeah, and then I made it right into the yard, and I almost made it to the stairs, and then I didn't make it. Wow. So I know these conversations. I know these conversations will come out. Then there was this one time at band camp where I was with my other brother on my dad's side, and he gave me something. And what happened was I sat and put my hands in my face for about 6 to 8 hours. I hear about that every time I'm with these people. So that occurred. So there are many moments that I've provided great laughter, provided great laughter for humans. Some of these things are recorded, unfortunately. Okay, great. So I enjoy life, and I understand that you cannot take life that seriously. You cannot take life that seriously 24/7 of every 365. You gotta break and laugh. Gotta break and breathe. We authored no pants parties. Anytime you hear about no pants parties, that started in our household. Anytime you hear about water fights and ice fights in the house, downstairs, out of the house, gang. We're definitely a part of that. Balloons for no reason, farting. You have to say safety real fast around me if you fart. Things like that. Like we be about the mess and G's, okay? Trust. Like any reason I can find to laugh, gonna laugh. And when I want to take down the day a little bit and relax, I'm like, okay, who got some comedy going? You know, something funny or come. My two brothers are the funniest men on the planet. They are my favorite comedians. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's rewind everything I said. I love the ones I've mentioned. The funniest men I know on the planet are my two brothers on my mom's side. When I tell you Tony and E, they are the funniest people, and disturbingly so, and wide humor that I can't even tell y'all. And no. Like the things that are flashing to my mind right now, I wish I could tell. I could tell y'all, but I can't tell everybody. Man, oh man. They are the funniest people I know. So, and my brother has literally made me laugh so I peed on myself because they wouldn't let me go. It was over. So yeah, that happened. I was a kid. It's like, oh no, actually I was a young adult. So I can take that. It's the truth. It's true. So yeah.
You didn't have to admit that. I just want to make sure that was known by somebody on this. You didn't even have to admit that you were. We could have just assumed you were a minor this entire time.
Oh well, nah. Ain't no point in lying. I don't do that. The truth is the truth. Ain't no point in that. Because they gonna tell the truth. They gonna tell the truth. You know what I mean? I can sit here pretend if I want to, but the truth gonna come because that's just the nature of truth. So and Scott keeps me laughing. Scott is freaking hilarious. Like he keeps me laughing, and so do you. Sorrente with the in the name, and before it was it was literally in the name of Jesus. After everything, in the name of Jesus.
It was in the name of Jesus. Our tribe Jesus, not me today.
What we got? Our Christmas Jesus. Yeah, literally. So it has been wonderful having this conversation with you guys. We are over our hour mark, and I do still need to do a couple of commercials and blah, 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 and wrap it up. Thank you for coming to just be happy with me and stop the day and pause the outer crazy. Yes, we still have politics and religion and news and reminders and racism and all these other wonderful songs that are chords in our universe. But we can definitely choose to pluck the beautiful ones with some music, with some water guns and balloons and some smash jacks. And I ain't even played that yet. I gotta learn that one. And some punch buggies and some dirt. So the fun is there to be had, and bike rides and sunsets. And there's so many places to put our focus. And I'm grateful that you guys came to share all these wonderful, for those who are listening, tips to run to. So thank you, Sunshine. I appreciate you. Guys, follow and connect. Thank you, Sharente. I appreciate you. You guys follow and connect. And thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. Y'all follow and connect with these amazing people. Life is so much more amazing when you're doing it with amazing people. I'm grateful. Thank y'all. Back to the dungeon. Whee! Dungeon. Dungeon. Okay, so just a quick wrap-up conversation, y'all. You heard everything you needed to hear concerning what you could do. You can sit there and stress yourself out if you like. If you like, it is a choice. That news gonna be there. If you leave it off for a day, it's gonna be there when you turn it back on the day after that. That is the nature of Earth and humanity at this point. Our behavior dictates. So you can choose to focus on the negative aspects of what behavior dictates, or you can choose to place your attention, which is your currency, your mind, your energy. You can choose to place it in somewhere that's going to invest back into you, right? Give yourself some laughs, give yourself some peace, give yourself a freaking break. Push pause on the crazy. I encourage you to push pause on the crazy, give yourself a break, go find something happy and fun to do, and all that stuff, it'll be there. It'll be there. It ain't going nowhere. Okay, so with that, I am Melikia K. Courtney. I am the founder of Sanctuary Experience, and I'd like to share this quick 1-minute ad with you. This is for our women. We have beautiful experiences. I do amazing things with amazing people consistently. And Sanctuary Experience 3-day for the women in Florida is no different. 1 moment, please.
Hi, I'm Linda. This is my first sanctuary that I came to, and I was so excited to come because I was looking for some answers. I was looking for a connection inside of myself. I was looking for things that I hadn't discovered yet about me. And this sanctuary experience has started me more on that road to discovering who I am and to thinking about, what does Linda need? What's inside of me? And what do I want to do as I move forward? So I've started a process. It's been wonderful. And I'm so glad that I came. And there's more to do. So I'm excited to move forward and just see where God is going to take me in this journey. But it started right here at Sanctuary. So you come too.
Awesome, awesome. And it just occurred to me, Sharente has been to Sanctuary Experience. So with your permission, and the thumbs up is okay, can I bring you back up for a minute? Hey, I got a thumbs up. Let's go. So this beautiful lady right here has come to play with me in Sanctuary Experience. Woohoo!
Hi. Again.
A minute or two, what is your experience? Because you've been more than once. So tell humans about your experience.
I can say this. It all started with a vision after my sister passed away. And I was shocked. Like, I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'm like standing over this balcony. I'm seeing the water. Like, it's a vibe. It's really beautiful. And so I don't think anything of it. I'm just like, one day, God, thank you, God, for letting me know about it. Then I'm talking to you on the Club of Houses, and you're talking about the Sanctuary of Experiences. And I'm like, God, I really want to go, but I don't know how I'm going to raise the capital because this is a true investment into myself. Yes. So I was like, I don't know how it's going to happen. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but money just came in. I had the money for the actual ticket. I had the money for the flight, for the hotel, and I was able to book everything out to the dollar. Even when it came to the list, like I was like, everything was like perfect, succinct. Okay, no negatives, just saying positive the entire time. And when I get there, I met with amazing people. This is when I got to meet Kiwi for the first time. Alice in person. I had a lot of fun meeting them. And what you told us the next morning after we were up into Tarnation, you know what? We have to, you know, the service is like 6, you know that, right? And I was like, 6? You're like, I said,
oh yeah.
Early, okay? Yep. So I believe in you. I set my alarm. I woke up on the yonder, and I walk out. And I'm looking up and I just see the stars. I'm like, this is so beautiful. Then I'm walking to the building because we weren't at Echo yet. We were at the other building next door. And I walked up and I looked outside and I was like, this was my vision. This was my vision. I thought I had a property somewhere in the world. And I my balcony. I didn't know it was gearing me up to get ready to go to Sanctuary Experience. And then from there, I was able to pour out a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of fear, a lot of doubt and pessimism. I was able to pour out a lot of trauma as well, and to really be able to heal, which is why I love one of the things that Dallas talks about. I forget the name of it, but it's when we go to the water and we do the cleansing because of the salt. Mikvah. There you go. I love those. And then I can also say, like, that's something I look forward to. At the same time, it's just a reminder that you can wash away the old and you can bring into the new, which is that I put off the old man and I put on the new man, which is a new and a knowledge of him who has created us. So I thought that was phenomenal. That was the first experience. And I got to do makeup, y'all. Okay. I got to do her makeup specifically. It was so much fun. Eyelashes for the first time. She was looking good. I was so proud of my work. And then I got licensed the next Sanctuary Experience. And then I was actually able to do everyone's makeup before the shoot. And that was so much fun to be able to pour into women, to let them know, I'm not here to transform you. I'm here to enhance the beauty that you already are. I'm not doing anything I'm not doing anything extra. This ain't no extra contour. This is going to be as natural as possible because you're already beautiful. All I have to do is enhance it. And that's what I like to call a Sanctuary Experience, is you may not know that you need it, but when you go, you're going to be enhanced. You're going to be even better than you were before. And I can also say the cinematographer worked for the first and the second one, and the food, and making sure it was gluten-free and all the in-betweens. I love y'all to the ultimate high, because not everyone takes into account my allergies, but you guys made absolutely sure I had snacks and I had everything that I needed. Even though on that first trip, I brought everything just in case. But you guys made sure I didn't have to go into my just in case box. And I'm really, really thankful, because, like I said, I've been bullied for that. And not everyone is as welcoming as like a sisterhood as you guys were. So that's what I can say about Sanctuary XP. It's wonderful. It's worth the investment. I just didn't hear. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna go this year. Like, I'm still looking at flights. Like, I'm just like,
possible. Pull up. Like, we're so packed that we're double betting it, and we are having a pajama party on Friday night. So
don't do this to me, because I am looking. I have been looking and lurking on these social. Okay. Besides the point.
Either way, you know the next one is March 7th, 8th, and 9th. So
yes, I have it on my calendar. It's written down. And I also say this, you guys, is that if you go, please expect that you're going to be in a deeper place with whatever you call your spirit, God, universe, God, whatever higher power you believe in. If you don't believe in it, you're going to be connected with yourself then. Okay, it's one of the type of holistic experiences.
Rules. Literally, when I created the objectives for Sanctuary Experience, literally there are only two: connecting to yourself and connecting to God. And once those connections are in place, you can't help. You can't help it. You can't stop the flow. When those two things are connected, that's all you need, to be honest. That's all you need.
I just remember something too.
Yeah.
I remember that first one. Remember how I just started dancing and I need the Tina Turner go. Okay,
we had a blast.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, we had so much fun. Go ahead.
Blast. Like, so
yes, we did.
I wasn't really experiencing joy, not that level of joy. So what I mean by that, Sharente wasn't singing, Sharente wasn't dancing, but the Holy Ghost filled me, I guess, in that time period, because I was dancing for 4 hours straight. First with heels, then I took the shoes off. We were cutting down Sam.
That was Sam and
what's his name? Oh, I can see his face, but I forgot his name. But it was Sam and someone else, and it was literally a pianist that was also a singer and a saxophonist, and it was amazing music. We were dancing, having a great time, to the point where we're like, we should probably go to sleep, but we're having such a good time. We don't want to get off the dance floor.
Oh man. And I think it's because like the first time you came through my lens, the first time you came, you had it was, as you said, it was the first round of cleaning and clearing out. You know what I mean? I remember our one-on-one, like it was a cleaning and the clearing out of a thing. And sure enough, that second one, dude, we danced some more. I danced till I had to take an old people time out and sit down in that chair. I was tired too. It was long because it is a lot of work and it's a lot of energy that I'm pouring out. And at the same time, I'm so happy to pour it into y'all. Like I'm so, it blesses me. Like I said to y'all, then you guys are my dream come true. You are my dream come true. Period.
And one more last thing. Okay,
Tell
I know
me.
I'm gonna leave.
No, you're fine.
I will say the last thing is that it was Kiwi. I'm gonna say her name, Kiwi Houston. Okay,
Amazing.
Kiwi Houston. I'm gonna say it one more time, Kiwi Houston. I need y'all to look her up. I love her.
Yep.
And I love her so much, not just because she helped me remember my confidence, but also because when I decided I was gonna wear a bikini, which Sharente did not do outside ever, she championed me in a way that made me feel comfortable in my skin for the first time ever. And so for me, like, that was really big as coming from someone that has been great in all of the in-betweens and has worked through that trauma of loving myself, realizing that person just wanted to take from me and they got what they wanted, but they couldn't take all of me now because I still exist for the ultimate purpose of which God has ordained me to do. So I will say that Sanctuary, like I said, it was a wonderful experience. That sisterhood ain't ever going to change. And I also remember this because of Sanctuary, I was able to go to Florida and hang out with my little peoples. Okay. And it was because of the fact that one of my sisters said, I'm going to go out the country, but I can't find daycare. And I said, I've nannied for 16 years. Fly me out. I'll watch them. Say less. I had such a wonderful time. And I also was able to see myself reflected at a younger age. And I'm like, ooh, this is what I was dealing with. And I was able to get another reverence and respect for my mama after that experience, but this wouldn't have happened. And I don't think she would even have trusted me if I would have never met her in person at the sanctuary where I could then be a sister to someone that needed a sister at that time to come and watch her babies.
I can't wait. And I truly am in my heart, I am missing you. And if God makes a way, Lord, I'm going to bless you and I'm going to bless God and we make a way for March. But I know I will see you soon and I will get to hug my Sharente because I am missing you.
I love you. I
love you too. And thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing. So I'm going to
absolutely
introduce you to the goo. Okay. So that was good just to have that conversation. And I really agree, like the sisterhood that we have with SXP, hands down, it is amazing. It is amazing. And I say it all the time because it's the truth. My job, my purpose, my life, my gift even is to love people back to life. I've been loving people back to life since I was a child. And there's no signs of stopping. Bless God. I love what I do. So if you know you need that help, if you know you need someone to love you back to life, you need that sisterhood, you need that hand-holding, you need that coach, you need that accountability, you need that truth without the excuses. I don't have time for that, right? But I got time for you. Come, connect, and let's work together and push your forward button. Boop, whatever that button looks like for you. Forward in your mindset, forward in your heart set, forward in your spirit set, forward in your business set of values. And I'm saying set of values. You can complete that sentence. Need that work? Come get that work. I do have one-on-one coaching. I do have small group coaching as well. As you see, we have the 3-day events for the women. We do have virtual experiences for the men. And soon, I will have that wonderful book ready for the youth and be able to serve them too, mind you, which is a background I already have, and I will continue that service. So I think you know everything you need to know for today, and I'll see you back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You might catch a recording because it's going to be right after Sanctuary Experience 3-day ends and we do a debrief. So I may take that Tuesday and offer you guys a recording because I have a lot of training and teachings that I can offer you guys to help grow, because this is SXP Metamorphosis 365 and we are a growth podcast. With that, I'm going to say toodaloo. Later, Gator. I look forward to updating you guys after SXP and telling you all the fun that we had, because it's going to be what a conversation it's going to be. Now I have to push the mystical magical button once I find it. Bye.